Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. I am having some streaming problems to my Facebook connection, so I will upload this as soon as we are done. This week, our theme is about doable goals. Now, we think about our goals, and a lot of people create these big monster goals, the BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And then we get to a point where we don't quite make it to our goal. And then we start, feeling bad, feeling upset, and it sends us in the wrong direction. First off, every goal is doable, no matter how big it is. I want you to understand that. It's just a matter of how bad you want it, and are you willing to take the steps to get there? That is really what it comes down to. Now, that being said, we're always really good at making goals. It's not creating the goal that is the issue, it's sticking with it. Those big goals over time kind of start fizzling out. Now, you've probably heard about SMART goals. So what are SMART goals? They're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based, right? So, and they are really great because they have that practical side of the goal setting. But I've worked with business owners for many years, and here's the thing. People don't like to do things because they're practical. People do everything based on emotion. And SMART goals, while very practical and very logical, are not emotion-based. So back a few years ago, I actually created my own version of SMART goals. I call them the SMARTer goals. Now, they don't get rid of SMART goals. They actually incorporate SMART goals, but it gives you the flip side of the SMART goals, the emotional side. Basically, you have that specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound in the logical goals, right? The SMARTer goals bring in the human side. So, number one, the S for the SMARTer goals is that goal is satisfying, meaning if reaching the goal doesn't have something very satisfying, your why, right? Your brain is not going to stay committed to it. It's not going to stick with the program, right? So think about your goals right now. When that goal is done, will you actually feel really proud, really good with yourself? Rate your current goal on a scale of 1 to 10 for satisfaction. Where does it lie? The next one is meaningful. So the M is for meaningful. Why does this goal matter to you right now? What if it changes and you don't finish it? Then what? If a goal doesn't mean much, if your why for getting that goal isn't big, your motivation is going to fade really quickly. So answer this question, or finish this sentence actually. This goal matters because. What's the why behind your goal? The third one in the SMARTer goal system is accountability. Why accountability? Well, if you keep a goal to yourself and you keep it in your head, those goals rarely get finished. When you tell others, guess what? The percentage of actually completing that goal goes way up. So if you haven't already, call somebody, text somebody, message somebody today, and tell them what your goal is. Those 2 to 3 people that you trust, that are on your side and are, they're your cheerleaders. They're waiting for you to achieve this goal. They believe in you. Tell them what you're doing. Text them, call them, message them, whatever, but let them know that you have this goal. You have all intentions of completing this goal. Let them help you by being on your side. Now, the R stands for reward. Our brains love rewards. We have a reward system in our brain. So when you finish even a small task that brings you closer to that goal, reward yourself. when you reward your progress and your brain goes, oh, I got a reward, your brain goes, how do I get more of those? Your brain wants to keep going towards your goal because it wants more rewards. So think about a small reward that you can give yourself for completing the next step. Maybe that's just a break. Maybe that's just, taking a 15-minute break. If it's a big task that you're doing, maybe it's a bigger one. Maybe you go out to dinner, or go out to lunch, or do something that is a reward for you. You need to discover, what means a reward to you, because what means a reward to me might mean something else to you, right? So for some people, I know some people who have a little stash of dark chocolate in their drawer next to them, and that's their reward. They get a piece of chocolate when they finish that task. Whatever the reward looks like for you, that's what you want to set up. The T is for transformation. Every goal changes you in some way. So ask yourself, who am I becoming as I work towards this goal? This is all about creating doable goals. Big goals aren't the problem. Big goals are important, right? But doable goals, the small pieces of those goals, the small goals that lead to the big goal, are actually what get you there. So the smarter goals will take you through and bring you to that specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. It has all of those components, right? And then you're going to add in the satisfying, the meaningful, the accountability, the reward, and the transformation. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. It's all about the emotion. Everybody does everything based on emotion. So where is that emotion behind your goals? Think about that and keep reaching for those goals. That's what I've got for you this week. We'll see you next time on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.